Hello everyone. Today we are visiting Rao Jodha Desert Rock Park that is spread over 72 acres near the historic Mehrangarh Fort in Jodhpur, Rajasthan. The park contains ecologically restored desert and arid land vegetation. The park was created in 2006 to try and restore the natural ecology of a large rocky area adjoining and below the fort. It was opened to public in February 2011. The area in and around the park contains distinctive volcanic rock and sandstone formations. The park includes a visitor center with interpretation gallery, a native plant nursery, a small shop and a cafe. There are 4 trails: yellow, green, red and blue trails. About 800 meter to 1015-meter long that visitors can take, and trained guides and naturalists are also available. Choosing a trail that suits you. Yellow, that is approximately 1000 meters and you can cover it in 90 minutes. It is also called as gully trail. This trail drops down behind the visitor center into an old stormwater canal. For the first 200 meters, the gully forms a narrow canyon of rock, then gradually opens up to reveal the fort and a beautiful rocky habitat. Next is the green trail. It is also called City Wall Trail. Our green trail shares the initial drop into the gully, then hives off and climbs up to the western city wall. You can climb the city wall at places to gain some magnificent views of the fort, especially at sunset. Red, approximately 880 meters. Starting from Gate 2 and the sandy plot. This trail begins from Gate 2 and leads to a small niche of unusual plants adapted to living in salty sand. The rest of the walk is through relatively open, rocky country before curving back to where it began. Blue or Devkund Trail. The Blue Trail is a rocky path that circles the lake near Jaswantada and is specially interesting for bird watchers at all times of the year and particularly in winter when migrant birds visit Devkund Lake. Contrary to what many people believe, deserts are far from devoid of life, but the kind of plants and animals that live here need to be superbly adapted in one way or the other to life in the arid zone. For a plant, it's the lack of moisture for most of the year which presents the biggest hurdle to living in a desert. Intense heat and sunlight in summer are problems, and plants have found several ways of overcoming these conditions. Long tap routes to find water deep underground work well in sandy soils. Being a succulent and storing moisture in stems and leaves is an effective strategy. Dwelling in micro cracks in rock is another handy trait, but the most useful adaptation is to shorten their lifespan and live only in a narrow window of time. That is, when there is moisture in soil after rains. There are 250 species of plants in the park, all of them wonderfully adapted to finding a means of survival in rocky habitats. Among the most beautiful of these plants are about 40 species of delicate desert grasses, which are heartbreakingly beautiful when they first appear and are attractive even as they wither and become golden as spring turns to summer. Like plants, birds need to be specially adapted to hostile conditions in the desert. For them, intense summer heat is more of a problem than scarce water. Birds can fly long distances to find water, so water bodies in the desert are usually wonder places to spot large congregations of birds, not just wading and diving birds, but many different kind of birds which fly in from surrounding areas. The desert is also rich with birds of prey like eagles, buzzards, and falcons because they find it easy to locate their prey in open expanses of sand or rock. Rao Jodha Park has a bird count of nearly 150 birds, and this number is going up all the time. Devkund Lake is the best place to watch birds, especially because of the winter visitors who come to the lake. Not surprisingly, raptors like Bonelli's eagle and the marsh harrier patrol Devkund like their private fish pond. Don't forget to look out for nocturnal birds like nightjars and owls. Other animals and insects that inhabit a desert use a diverse range of ingenious strategies to avoid overheating and to cope with lack of water. Reptiles like skinks and lizards have scaly skins to conserve moisture and, being cold blooded, control their body temperature by losing or gaining heat to their surroundings. Desert mammals are variously endowed with the ability to conserve water. The desert gerbil, for instance, creates its own mild microclimate, cool and moist, inside its burrow. The Indian gazelle or chinkara has an amazing physiology which allows it to go without water for as long as 2 to 3 weeks. It has the unusual ability to shrink its liver, which helps to reduce its need for water. The desert fox uses its pale fur to reflect heat, but like its northern African relative, the fennec fox is thought to have specially shaped kidneys to prevent water loss. Rao Jodha Park is a great place to see lizards, skinks, snakes, and a variety of insects. This is Euphorbia caducifolia, that is a subtropical succulent species of flowering plant in the family Euphorbiaceae. It is found in India where it is known as leafless milk hedge. It has a limited distribution in the Thar Desert in the northwestern part of the Indian subcontinent on the boundary between India and Pakistan. This is an area of sandy hills and shifting sand dunes with clumps of thorny vegetation, low trees, grasses, and shrubs. Devkund Lake, a small, clear lake close to Jaswantada, a haven for birds, especially winter migrants, with heights for photography and bird watching. This is Singoria Hill, a small volcanic hill capped with a crust of sandstone. Is a bit of a huffy climb in hot weather, but affords wonderful views of the park, fort, and city from its top. We completed our journey in this yellow track, and as when we exited, we found some cute friends that we are going to show you now. See, here they come. They became friends with us in no time. And thank you for watching. Please do not forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you.